you're dead. There's no easy way around it. You were struck down by a stray lightning bolt on the last hole at the start of your golf career. As if by divine intervention, you're now stuck in golf purgatory, and the only way out is to golf your way back up. It's a task that sounds simple, but golf purgatory has more than simple sand traps and wacky water hazards. Spikes, explosives, and even the restless souls of the undead will stand in the way of you reaching new life. Golf Purgatory is divided into a set of 4 distinct areas, each with its own visual style and gimmicks. Each area also has its own master of sorts, who dictates what kind of hazards and tricks lie on the course. Planning around hazards is how you will spend the majority of your time in Golf Purgatory. The goal of each stage is to reach the hole while staying under a certain number of swings, but the way you get there can be vastly different depending on how bold or careful you are. Should you fail in your climb against the front and back 9, you're sent all the way back to hole 1. You're not without options though, as you can use power-ups called ace cards to help out. Ace cards can be obtained in a lot of different ways. They can be bought at the Eternity stores that dot the path to golf salvation. They can be found inside treasure chests, and they can be obtained by completing harder, cursed holes. Ace cards can do a variety of things, like alter the environment or increase your par count. However, the most fun ace cards are the ones that change the properties of your golf ball. You can change your ball to ice in order to freeze water hazards. You can give the ball a property that lets it change direction after being hit. You can use a portal or drill to move the ball further underground and literally cut your way through long strands of the course. Finding new and unique ways to use the various ace cards' abilities is where most of the fun and excitement in Curse to Golf's gameplay comes from. Using an ace card properly feels really rewarding, and I've pulled a lot of seemingly lost runs back from a well-timed phase ball or U-turn card. That said, certain ace cards can be kinda cryptic, and their use can be difficult to discern. I really do like the concept of putting a golf game in 2D though. It steps away from the 3D simulation you see other popular franchises following, and probably isn't what you think of when you hear the words golf video game. It reminds me a lot more of an old physics flash game, and I mean that in the most sincere and loving way possible. I had a genuine pull of nostalgia once I got more situated with Curse to Golf's gameplay. It's such a simple system that plays around with the most basic of geometry and physics, but does so in a way that encourages creativity and optimization. Each hole feels like a puzzle, with there being multiple ways to reach each goal. The game hints at some kind of random generation in its story, but my experience has mostly been that each section has a pool of stages it can pick from. While you might start seeing repeats in courses by your 4th run, the number of ways you can approach things keeps the game highly enjoyable and fun to mess around with. Another really cool aspect of Curse to Golf's physics is spin, which doesn't get introduced until your 2nd run. Spin allows you to push a direction on the analog stick and hit a button to add, well, spin to your ball, which can dictate where it goes once landing. Spin is monumentally important to later areas of the game, and you can get some rather insane shots off when you master it. Some holes have sections of long vertical falls, and properly using spin can turn a 3 to 4 swing drop into a single long combo. There's an overwhelming satisfaction that comes from using the mechanic proper, and it's a really clever way to add to the game's skill ceiling. Your reward for conquering Golf Purgatory comes in 2 forms: passive power-ups and costume unlocks. Although, I guess escaping eternal golf damnation is probably also a reward in and of itself too. I said before that each section has a master, and the final hole of each section is a one-on-one battle with said master. These runs can be particularly stressful and require a lot of planning. You're not trying to just beat the par count on these, you also have to beat a player that's cheating way harder than you are. But to help deal with them, you're given stun idol statues that are located throughout the courses to give you an extra turn. As their name implies, hitting one will momentarily stun the boss for one of their swings. But you really need to weigh when it's worth it to go after these stun idols or just cut your own path using ace cards. Beating each master grants you a specific ability, with most of them tied to saving your soul should you go over par in some way, shape, or form. The other main unlockable is costumes. These are also obtained after clearing each section. You can change your costume at any Eternity store, and these range from in-game character recolors, mascots from other games, and other cute homages to different forms of entertainment and media. The rest of the game's aesthetics are also really nice. Each section has a very distinct style to it that shines through in the visuals and level design. The starting area is very open with only a few tricky shots. The second desert area has lots of sand bunkers and dunes with steep climbs. The caves are almost the exact opposite, with most of the goals being further underground from the starting point. And hell is, well, hell. I really like the designs of the various golf masters too. They all have a very distinct charm. Everything from how they idle in cutscenes to their swing animations has careful detail taken into account that helps them stand out. Curse to Golf is a nice break from the typical golf sim formula. It's good arcade-like fun with a charming pixel art style. It's a very easy game to pick up and learn, but will definitely take patience to perfect. The endgame is absolutely grueling and will require not only a mastery of the game's physics, but also its power-up and ace card systems to fully overcome. Curse to Golf embodies a lot of what I appreciate in good games. A very simple system and gimmick, lots of interesting tools that mess with said gimmick, and a skill ceiling that rewards experimentation.